Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear listeners. Welcome to today's TSF1 GREECE Podcast regarding the FIA WEC race of Portimao, the 6 Hours of Portimao. Today with me I have my friend Panos. Hello Panos.
Hello Alex.
And today we are going to discuss what we saw, what we are taking away from last weekend's race at the 6 Hours of Portimao. So first of all, we thought we would categorize it into 5 main highlights, at least according to us. The first one being the equalization process showed a significant downside. Second being, we saw Peugeot made great progress in Portimao despite the low expectations regarding their appearance in Sebring the last month. We also saw Porsche, Ferrari and Cadillac in the Hypercar class, showing progress and potential, but they still need to catch up with Toyota's pace. The LMP2 and GTE Am categories provided exciting races, and finally the future of the FIA WEC has been clarified, with LMP2 likely going to be left outside the roster of Le Mans, and transition to the LMGTE category will be happening most probably from the current GTE Am class taking shape. So with that in mind, I will let Panos start and tell us more about the equalization process and the downside we saw during the 6 Hours of Portimao.
Exactly. The equalization process is the BOP, as we used to say in Assetto Corsa Competizione, or in the other classes we see in real life. During Sunday's race, the number 7 GR010 Toyota lost multiple laps and was forced to go into the garage due to a failed torque sensor on the corner of the car, which is a mandatory part of the system used by race officials to monitor performance levels. Toyota has experienced similar issues in the past, with a race leading number 7 LMP2 at the Le Mans in 2014 being stopped by an electrical fire caused by the FIA data logger. Despite an 11-minute repair, the number 7 crew finished 9th in class, which cost them a potential podium finish and a possible win. Discussions will take place to determine the root cause and prevent similar incidents from happening in the future.
So with that into consideration, let's go to our second highlight, which is the progress of Peugeot. Peugeot's 9X8 had a good race in Portimao despite low expectations after a disappointing outing at Sebring, as I mentioned, and a less than successful endurance test at Paul Ricard. Although the number 93 car had a pre-race steering rack change and started from the pit lane a lap down, both cars had clean races, with the 94 car in the midfield mix fighting with the Cadillac and Porsche throughout the 6 hours of the race. However, the car lacked the outright punch of the Toyota and Ferrari, and the team was forced to run different modes in exclamation point due to power issues related to the FIA torque sensor again. The car's new hydraulic gearbox actuator actually received positive feedback, which is a good thing, indicating a clear step forward. The 9X8 looked far more at home at the Portimao circuit than it did back in Sebring, which bodes well with the remainder of the season. After the car's 5th race, Peugeot has a platform on which it can start really to build performance without the need to troubleshoot reliability issues. With that in mind, Panos can also tell us about the progress and potential we also saw in the rest of the teams of the Hypercar class.
Exactly. The LMP2 and GTE Am categories provided exciting fights and battles at the Portimao event. United Autosports finished first and second in LMP2 after the Ricard experienced issues in Sebring. Prema Racing and WRT also had strong showings, but this discipline was an issue for WRT. Alpine struggled with performance, while Vectorsport experienced problems early in the race. 4 of the drivers of the podium in GTE Am were female, including Lilu Waddox, who finished second in Richard Mille Ferrari. The Corvette won the race, with Nico Varron, Ben Keating and Nicky Katsburg taking their second consecutive win of the season. Katsburg's defense against Rovera in the closing laps was impressive. The team's quick pit stops helped them stay in contention throughout the race. And finally, Alex will tell us some things, as we said, about the 2024 season.
So, with the 2024 season beginning to take shape, the future of the FIA WEC has been clarified, and as it appears, the LMP2 is likely to be left out of the roster outside of the Le Mans due to the numerical health of Hypercar. However, LMP2 will still continue in ELMS and the Asian Le Mans series and will feature in significant numbers at Le Mans in future years. The transition to LMGTE from current GTE Am class is also taking shape, with a 2-car limited per manufacturer being considered. The manufacturers of customer racing programs may be responsible for team selections and clarity on the actual rule set, and team choices will not merge until the second half of 2023. So we still have to see what's going to happen there, but I will now I wanted to focus a bit on the highlights of the qualifying on the first 3 cars of each category. So during qualifications, the pole position went to Toyota in the Hypercar class with the number 8 Toyota GR010 racing car clocking in a time of 1 minute 30 seconds point 171, followed by the number 7 Toyota of GR010 Racing, which faced a problem, and in the third place we had the number 50 Ferrari AF Corse 499P. In LMP2, pole position was claimed by the Prema Racing number 63 car with 1 minute 34.303, followed by the number 10 Vector Sport and number 22 United Autosports cars. In LMGTE, we saw again the number 33 of Corvette Racing taking the pole position with a time of 1 minute 41.362, followed by the number 85 car of Iron Dames, and in the third place we had the number 21 AF Corse. Regarding the race winners, first of all, in the Hypercar class, the race winner was, as we mentioned, the number 8 Toyota GR010 Racing, followed in the second place by the number 50 Ferrari AF Corse, the 499P, followed by the number 6 Porsche by Penske Motorsport with a 963. In LMP2, the race winner was the number 23 United Autosports car, followed by the number 22 United Autosports car, with the third place going to the number 41 car of Team WRT. Again, in LMGT Amateur class, the race winner was the number 33 of Corvette Racing, followed by the car number 83 of Richard Mille AF Corse, and on the third place we had the number 85 Iron Dames car. Now, regarding the rest of the championship, we do have around a 10-day break approximately. The next race, the round 3, will be the 6 hour of Spa-Francorchamps, taking place at the 29th of April. So we will definitely have a great weekend there, both with the WEC race, the 6 hours of Spa as we said, as well as the Baku F1 Grand Prix. So, Pano, would you like to add anything else before we close? Because I think that's pretty much it for this podcast.
Exactly. We saw very close battles. We saw Ferrari stepping up.
Better.
Yes, and doing better.
At least better than in F1.
Exactly. We also saw Peugeot and Porsche stepping up their game and trying to battle with Toyota. And I think by the end of the year we will have some close battles with the number 7 and number 8 of the Toyota GR010 Racing teams.
I think the also a promising performance was shown by Cadillac, so it's the third manufacturer, I would say, in the party that has still to do some catching up with Toyota. But I mean, if Toyota wants to stay competitive, they will really have to be right on their game as they were in the first 2 races, because the competition is doing its absolute best to catch up with them.
Exactly.
With that in mind, I think we can finish today's podcast. We will keep it short and to the point, as we said. There will be a highlight video available and a debrief from the FIA WEC channel itself, as you can see by going to their YouTube channel. So till the beginning of May, so we will do our best to have the podcasts ready during the first days of May 1st or 2nd, We will prioritize the F1 race because it is what started our channel, so our reviewers are waiting on it, so we will have to give it priority, followed the next day by the WEC podcast for the 6 Hours of Spa. So at this point we would like to thank you, each and every one of you, for your time and being amongst with us today. Please continue to share your thoughts and opinions for the race as you do over Instagram and our other social media channels. Also feel free to leave a comment if you're listening to us via YouTube, and we will include your commentary in the next podcast. So from Panos and myself, we would like to wish you a great day, evening or night, depending on where you are around the world, and we can't wait to see you on our next podcast. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye.